Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to do a video working on these pockets that I made. They're made from TaylorMade Journals Wallpaper Digital, as well as some doilies that I cut apart and some of these types of images. These embroidery pieces from Johanna Clothes Etsy shop, and also some handkerchiefs of my own that I photocopied. So what I want to do today is put these index cards into the pockets and put this at the top. I feel like it's gonna give it a very, I don't know why I think that looks kind of retro. But either way, it's just a little bit of a floral tab on the top, which will go with the collage. So I first want to distress the pieces. I am using a Distress Oxide in Antique Linen from Tim Holtz. And I really love just this light distressing. I think this is my most used ink for just distressing edges. So in my last video, I talked about what I did with the rest of those book pages. I do have a little bit of a remainder left, but not very much. And I will be doing something with those, but the majority of those leftover pages were used in making these pockets. Alright, so I might as well distress this. Some of these are already distressed, but not all of them. And I will just be using Elmer's glue. That's what I used for gluing these. I didn't really want to deal with the glue stick, and using this, I put Elmer's glue into this bottle with the metal tip, and it just makes gluing so much more pleasant. So I am just gonna eyeball it. And just kind of remember where to glue it until I think I like that. Maybe I should put 2 flowers. Well, I think I'll just go through and do 1 and then see how I feel. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. This one. I think I'm actually going to try to quarter punch 1 and see how it looks. I really think that I do like the Distress Oxides more than the Distress Inks. And I think that's because I like using lighter distress colors. And with the oxides, they have more of a payoff. Alright, so this is gonna go in here. Okay. Now if I was doing this off camera, I'd probably ink all of them first. Like do one step. But since I'm making a video, I think that'd be really boring. I actually think I like it without the corner punched. And I just forgot to distress that. Just realized that. Alright, here's this pack. I love this grid index paper, or index card. I just realized that I have a lot of halfway projects right now, because I wasn't really able to do much. I'm still not able to do everything, but I have like a lot that has to still be finished for these journals. And I'm realizing that I have so much ephemera. But I like that. So after I finish making all my ephemera, what I tend to do next is work on my pages in the signatures. I do a lot of sewing, and I also need to add in a lot of plain papers, like coffee dyed papers, just a lot of writing surface, coffee dyed papers, and ledger paper and things like that. So that's the next thing I need to do. I really love these metal tip applicators. Yeah, I think I'm liking those. I really like this stamp. It was a clear stamp, a big clear stamp from Hobby Lobby, and it was actually a round stamp that I'm going to cut a row of these off. It was a round stamp that was all connected. And then once I stamped it in green ink, I just cut it apart for all these little flowers. But I think what I'm gonna do after I finish making all of these is show you guys all the ephemera I have so far for these journals, and it's a lot. All right, now this one. When I was making these envelopes, I didn't realize that I had done so many. Collaging didn't really take too long because I didn't use that many elements. I just limited myself to a couple of pieces of the vintage digital wallpaper, some doily, and some embroidery digital. Now what I really do want to add in is a piece of embossed card. Like, I want to put a plain embossed card in the front of this. I think it'll add good texture, and I've really been enjoying embossed pieces. I really only have one embossing folder that I love, and I just keep on using it. All right. gonna ink a bunch of these flowers real quick. Another thing that I haven't done in these journals yet is stamping. So I will be making some stamped ephemera, which I really like because I got a set of clear stamps of ladies from the 50s and the 70s, and I've used the 50s ones before, but I have never used the 70s ones, so I'm super excited for that. I think this piece right here is going to make a good corner piece. All right. I think these little pieces will be good for like adding on, like layering. Like I might add a little something extra to this one or something like that. But yeah, there's quite a few of these tiny little pieces. Now I'm realizing that when I did the stamping, I should have done a lot more because I really like these flowers. To me, they give a very retro vibe, especially this part. I definitely like these types more than this. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about, but I like this much better. And before I go, I want to show you, I was talking about the embossing papers before. I want to emboss just some cardstock, I think, some plain cardstock, and slip it in before, like a smaller piece before this piece. And I want to use this embossing folder. I mean, this isn't an embossing folder, but I embossed this envelope just because I thought it was so pretty. Can you see that? They're little roses. And I just embossed, like, this is just a regular envelope, and I embossed it so I could store these slide mount supplies inside, and I just thought it was pretty. I think I even tried embossing this plastic bag. It didn't turn out well, but it was fun to experiment. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these off camera. Once I finish these, I will show you all the ephemera that I have so far, and it's a lot. I took them out of my ephemera folio and I put them into a Ziploc bag, and there's a lot in there. And that's not including the recipe cards or the acetate window envelopes. So I need to get working on those too. But if you liked the video today, just crafting along with me, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I hope you got some work done today. And if you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. And thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.